Join us as we visit Melbourne's secret colony of fairy penguins after it has reopened. Hi and welcome to Dan's Destinations. If Melbourne had a secret handshake, it would probably involve a knowing grin about the penguins at St Kilda Pier. You see, for years, locals have whispered the same little secret to visiting friends. You don't have to drive all the way to Phillip Island. The penguins live right here. Right here, among the joggers, fishermen, and seagulls plotting a chip heist. There's a thriving colony of about 1,400 fairy penguins. The smallest penguins on Earth. Small, charming, and armed with the kind of cuteness that makes tourists lose their mind and reach for their cameras. It's about 20 minutes drive south of the Melbourne CBD, or you can take tram 16 from Flinders Street Station, which is about 30 minutes. Once you arrive at St Kilda, it's about a 10-minute walk to the end of the pier. There is limited street parking available, or you could use a private car park at St Kilda bars, but parking can get expensive if you stay too long. Once upon a time, you could walk down here at dusk and watch nature's tuxedo comedians waddle home after a long day at sea. Then came COVID in 2020 and the pier was torn down for redevelopment. The penguins carried on with their lives, blissfully unaware that humans were debating toilet paper runs and 5-kilometer limits. Now in 2025, the St Kilda Pier has finally reopened and there is a new penguin viewing platform. But now you need to register for free tickets if you want to see the penguins. There are two sessions, one at sunset and one about 1 hour after sunset. The new system is intended to protect the penguins from, well, us. Because apparently, when left unsupervised, some people can't keep their hands off the penguins, with some even physically abusing the poor things. So now the rangers run the show. It's calm, organised, and a whole lot better for the penguins, who honestly deserve more privacy rather than more influencers.
Penguins, because they are just that. They're the smallest of 18 penguin species in the world, and also fits quite nicely with their scientific name being 𝗧𝗢𝗨𝗏𝗧𝗏, meaning good little diver.
As night falls, they start to appear. Tiny silhouettes popping up between the rocks, shaking off the salt water and waddling up the breakwater like exhausted commuters heading home. These penguins are known as little penguins, and they are the smallest species of penguins in the world. They reside primarily in New Zealand and Australia. They feed primarily on anchovies and they go out at dawn to hunt and return at sunset. They are most active at night to avoid birds of prey during the daytime.
Swimming below will also struggle to see them. Now, natural predators are not the only threat to our little penguins, unfortunately, with plastic pollution posing one of the biggest threats to their survival. Last month, 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 volunteers picked up about 26 kilos of rubbish from the breakwater area, which is quite a lot of rubbish, but we're very lucky to have 𝗟𝗡𝗏𝗏𝗏 doing such a wonderful job keeping the area clean. So one of the biggest things that you can do, and it's also one of the easiest things that we can do to help the penguins and any other wildlife.
The little penguins have a blue coat of fur on their back that helps to camouflage them while they are swimming during the day, as it blends in with the ocean.
And we'll get to see some of their other behaviours such as breeding and socialising. We'll also get to see the penguins that have been hiding in their burrows all day. Please make sure you take home any rubbish with you tonight. This will help keep the area clean and keep the penguins nice and safe. I'd also like to ask that while we're viewing the penguins, we stay nice and quiet. This is their home, and they're used to people coming and seeing them every night. Enjoy the penguins. So thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah, I was recently the one at the aquarium, the big chunky one with all the...
While there, you may hear the penguins calling out. This is typically a mating call to guide their mates back to their burrows, or males trying to attract females, or can be part of their normal social interactions. It's breeding season now, and we spot a few courting, as well as males fighting for dominance. Somewhere between cute and awkward, like a penguin dance. Typically, the males will prepare burrows before the females arrive. When a female arrives, the male will greet her with a noisy courtship display. Once a pair forms, they perform a courtship dance together, standing erect, spread their flippers, bow their heads, and walk in tight circles around the nest.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. It's one or the other, right? Yeah. Also, so the season is starting now. Going for it.
We also saw the Rakali, Australia's own native water rat, sleek and sharp-eyed, resting on the rocks and clearly unimpressed by all the attention. We were also lucky enough to catch a Nankeen night heron. It is a bird found primarily in Australia, New Zealand, Philippines and Papua New Guinea.
That's free of charge.
No, it's 2003.
Oh, well, that's what Google came up with.
Yeah, well, it probably does probably come up with how long is it?
It It's easy to get caught up in Melbourne's cafes, bars and late night ramen haunts. But nights like this remind you that real magic can be found right by the ocean. It comes waddling out of the ocean under the stars, gracing you with its presence and cuteness. So next time someone tells you to drive 2 hours to Phillip Island to see the penguins, just smile. You know better. They live right here, in St. Kilda, and they're doing just fine.